What are you doing with your life? That sounds like, bro.
Nah, hey, he'd be like, what are you doing with your life, bro? You're 20 years old. You have nothing. You're working a fucking job. You're talking to all these girls. Like, stop talking to girls. Stop chasing dopamine. I'm like, I would just be like, okay, bro.
Mark, thank you very much for coming.
This whole business has been, I wouldn't say it's rainbow sunshine every single time, but I haven't had that point where I'm I'm in too deep. Like, what do I do now? I haven't had that yet.
Okay.
But I definitely do see myself having one of those, because if everyone's had it, then
it's coming.
I'll have it too. Yeah.
It's coming.
Every entrepreneur feels this way, right? You end up working more than a 9 to 5 on your own business.
Oh yeah,
way more. 9 to 5, you work at 8-hour, maybe 9-hour shift. There's days where I'm working 12, 13, 14, all day literally, because you're building something for yourself.
Comfortability has killed more dreams than laziness and lack of capital and lack of knowledge. Mm-hmm. That drive that pushed you to where you're at right now, it's not the same drive that's going to keep you in the game.
Exactly. So
you have to recalibrate.
I don't feel like I'm meant for just working a dead-end job in a sense, right? I didn't know what that was until I learned all these other possibilities, that there's money out there. Online money to make, you just gotta learn that skill. I don't see why not take that risk and just go all in and bet on yourself, right?
Yeah.
If you fail, at least you tried.
Yeah, you tried and you learned.
Exactly. You try and you learn, and not like Ricardo said, not everyone goes ahead and actually takes that risk to learn. So a lot of people just stay comfortable, watch from the sidelines, and just be like, okay, he's doing it, he's gonna fail, whatever. Like once you make it, they'll be like, oh, he got lucky, right? He's just one of those few people, but they don't see the back ends. They don't see all those time and hours put into the work. Why not take that risk and just make it happen?
Do you think you would have ended up where you are today if it wasn't for having that person in your corner?
Especially in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. Especially in the beginning. Yeah, man, if it wasn't,
Real quick, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button, drop a comment, subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you're listening to this on a podcast platform, leave us a review. It'll help us out big time, and it'll let us know that you guys actually like what we're putting out. All right, let's jump right in.
Mark, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. I think we've been trying to do this for a while now, but I know you're a busy man. So tell me, what is it that you do?
Yeah, man, to keep it simple, I'm a Amazon seller.
Okay.
Officially became a 6-figure seller a week ago. I've been doing Amazon for 6 months now, 6-7 months. Mm-hmm. And I just basically go to these retail stores, right, or online shopping. I find products for the low and just flip them on Amazon. Basically a website that's just growing every single day.
And how does it come to be? How did you find this?
I actually saw it through a friend of mine, and he went ahead and taught me, and I'm very grateful for him, right? He taught me all the basic foundations, how to get started, the skills to learn, what to do, what not to do, and just been slowly mastering day by day, bro.
I know when we met, maybe under a year ago, you were telling me that you were on the way to doing $10,000 a month. How has it been ever since?
Do I remember that we were at the gym?
Yep.
My first goal, I was like, I'm gonna hit 10K. That's my goal. Mm-hmm. And then, I did it, bro. I think my August, I hit an 8K month. And then September, my goal was 10K. What I like to do, bro, I have a whiteboard, right?
Yeah.
I like to write down my goals every single month.
Okay.
At the beginning of the month, I'll be like, these are my goals. I'm gonna hit this, hit this, hit this. I believe in manifestation, just word affirmation.
Yeah.
Very heavy on that. And that's what I did. I ended up writing my goals. I'm going to hit 10K this month, September 2025. Yeah. And then looking at that every single day, putting in the work, putting in the hours, finding the right products, doing all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Before I even knew it, I had surpassed that. I was at 15K. Yeah. And I was like, no way, right?
Yeah.
And then I ended that month at 25K.
Okay. And then what happened?
I was like, it's true, bro. This is real. That changed my whole perception on online money. And actually, it just showed me that it's possible to accomplish something if you put your head and mind into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And ever since then, 25K, and now October, same thing. It came around, I think it was the September 30th, 31st. I forgot, whatever the last day is, right? And I wrote my goals. I'm going to hit a 30K month. And I did. I think I did 31K. Mm-hmm. Same thing. And then November, I got my car. I got my dream car,
the Supra.
The Supra, bro. Which same thing, bro. It's crazy. You tell yourself you're going to do something, and if you believe it and show up and do the work for it, ends up happening. Mm-hmm. I remember I told myself I'm going to get to Supra before the year ends. Yeah. I wasn't even doing Amazon back then when I gave myself that goal. It was February. I was somehow, one way or another, I'm going to have a Supra by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And that opportunity came around November. I did it. And I'm just very grateful in the position I'm in right now. Every single day, I just like to grow. I think this month I'm on pace to hit a record month. I'm at like 18K so far. We're the 15th.
Damn.
So hopefully, fingers
Maybe
crossed, 40, hopefully.
Maybe 40?
Yeah, man.
What does it take to sell on Amazon? Because I know for a fact, like, I haven't personally, but I know friends that have tried, maybe did a couple of sales like here and there every week, and then that was about it, and then never heard from it again. What does it actually take to succeed?
I think discipline, for sure, right? Because not every single day is going to be an amazing day, right? There's days where for example, right now, this December, I've been averaging like $1,000 plus sales every single day. But the last 2 days I'll be honest, I've done like, I did 360, I think 2 days ago. And then yesterday I did like 800.
Wow.
Which don't get me wrong, it's still like, I know me, like when I first started, I would have been like praying for like $300 days, $200 days.
Yeah, definitely.
And then it's just like, not every single day is going to be an amazing day. So I think what tends to happen with a lot of people who begin, they expect too much, like straight out the bat.
Okay.
They just want to get, all these numbers. And then they'll run into like those slow days or these roadblocks. Maybe it's a product game, right? You find good profitable products. And let's say one day they wake up and the product, that listing's gone, right? Because sometimes that tends to happen. The listing will just either get tanked, meaning the seller will get on it, another seller, and just tank the prices. The margins are gone. Let's say I bought like 30 units of that product, expecting to like make, I don't know, like $5 profit. And then I wake up one day, another seller is tank the price by like $10. Now my profit's like $1 and I have 30 units lying around. So a lot of people give up when they run into those kind of roadblocks. So what I like to say is it's always worth it to invest in yourself and learn from someone who's already done it.
Okay.
And what tends to happen with a lot of people who give up, either they got lazy, or number two, they just never actually invested into themselves and into like a mentorship, right? You could say someone who's been there, done it, experienced the roadblocks, experienced all the errors and learned from it. And now they can help you avoid all those beginner rookie mistakes. So that's what I did, right? I had a mentor. His name's Faraj. He helped me out a lot, avoiding the beginner mistakes, because I know other people who've tried it, right? People who told me as well, like, bro, it's not gonna work out. Like, you're gonna run into this. You're not gonna be able to list products because Amazon, it's all about ungating and gating. Basically, if you can sell it or if you can't sell that brand, right? And they're like, yeah, like 99% of the items you're gated for, it's not worth your time. You're gonna spend way too much time trying to like sell your first products. But those are people who just either never tried it or just tried, like you said, and then gave up. So I think it just comes down to discipline, willing to put in the work, and just show up on the days where like it feels like the end of the world, or like you're not making progress. Because at the end of the day, if you show up every single day, you're bound for success, right?
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
So it's interesting because we talk about like how, even like in the beginning, you did the 10K, 20K, 30K. Now you're hoping to do 40K.
Yeah.
I know that scale just basically means either sell more product or work on the marketing wise. But don't you think that only relying on a single channel, being Amazon, is kind of like jeopardizing the whole way of the business working? Would not like maybe opening up to a different channel, maybe like either eBay or starting like an own website would work better? Yeah,
100%. I mean, the way I see it, bro, is like, I want to master this skill the most I can first.
Okay.
Learn everything there is to it, and then maximize my profit off it, right? My end goal with Amazon is to eventually have it fully automated, right? Have my own warehouse, have my own workers, meaning like someone who ships out my orders, packages the orders, prints out the labels. Basically, I want to get to the point where all I say or do is just, yes, let's buy that product. No, let's not buy that product. Do this, do that. Don't do that. Don't do this, right? But I definitely do see myself with 2026 around the corner. I have some goals. Definitely, I want to expand. I'm for sure going to do e-commerce, right?
Okay.
Now that I'm doing Amazon, like that's my thing, e-commerce. Okay. I want to explore Walmart. Walmart's also a great platform to sell stuff. So I want to dive a little bit into that. And there's this new, I don't know if you've heard about Whatnot. Have you heard about that?
I've heard about Whatnot. Yeah. I'm not sure what it is though.
Yeah, I don't really know much to it, but apparently a lot of Amazon sellers, Walmart sellers, or eBay sellers are on it simply to liquidate items. Let's say
liquidate items.
Yeah, what I mean by that is like, let's say Halloween, right? Halloween, one of my best sellers was Halloween costumes, like these like Marvel costumes, Spider-Man costumes. I sold maybe like 200, 300 units of those. And let's say I have like 20, 30 left over. Obviously,
Okay.
they're not selling that because Halloween's over.
Yeah.
So the demand's not there, but I have it at home. So
Yeah.
what you would do, what these other sellers are doing, is they get on Whatnot, which is like a live stream. And in these
Okay.
live streams, you just go live and offer the items you have, and people just bid for it and buy it. So it's just a way to quickly get rid of
Yeah.
items just sitting there.
So it's like what eBay was.
Basically, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I never really sold on eBay. I think I tried when I was younger, bro. I don't know if you've ever had your
I
drop shipping phase when you were younger.
So it's funny because it was I think it was actually my dad who showed me some guy like advertising a course for drop shipping with Shopify.
Really?
And I dove into it for like a little bit, and then I was like, "This is probably not for me."
Yeah, no, I remember I was 15 years old. It was quarantine. So I was at home playing video games, and I would just see all these like drop shippers on my feed on YouTube and all that stuff. And I was like, let me give it a shot. Didn't really learn too much about it, but I remember, Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
So what I did is I found these. At that time, I was getting into fitness, like the gym.
Okay.
I was just starting out, and I didn't go to a gym. Like I didn't do weights or anything. I would just simply run every single day, and I had those like weighted bands, right? The resistance
Okay.
bands.
Yeah.
So I was like, I use this. I thought about it, I was like, there's probably other people like me who want this, right? So it's like a
Okay.
demanding product. So what I did is I listed. I went on YouTube, learned a little bit on how to dropship through Facebook,
Okay.
which is pretty simple. I just didn't stick to it because I was 15. I was just had my other
just playing
priorities were
around.
video games and friends. But what I did was I got those. What I would do is I would list on Marketplace these pictures of the resistance bands, right? And I only offered shipping. I didn't offer like come pick up to my house or this location. I only offered shipping. And what I would do is anytime someone would place an order from the Marketplace through Facebook, I would go ahead. Obviously, I get their information. When they place an order, I get their name and I get their address. I would go on eBay. eBay would be like my Alibaba, right? I would go on eBay and I'd buy it off eBay for like $10. And I was selling it on Facebook for like, I think it was like 25 or 30
Really?
Yeah.
For resistance bands?
Yeah, it was
That's
like a pack of like
crazy.
12 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was only for like 25. And so all I would do is every time I would get sell on Marketplace, I would go on eBay and place that order and send it straight to the guy, whoever ordered through Marketplace, to their address. So it's basically, it's like they ordered from eBay, but I'm just like the middleman.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Okay.
I think that lasted me like a week and a half. Because I'll be honest, what like demotivated me, because I did that. I did the resistance bands. I did guitar straps because I'm very big into music.
Okay.
I do piano, I do guitar, all that stuff. I'm in like a family band with my uncle and stuff. So I was like, let me try selling some guitar stuff. I tried these guitar picks. I think I sold like 2 of those. Same thing through the eBay, Facebook method. And then I did, what messed me up was I did these leather guitar straps.
Okay.
And I think I got like 3-4 orders and they were all horrible reviews. They're like, don't buy from this guy.
Oh, you didn't check the reviews.
Yeah. So like when the customer received their order from me, they ended up being, I think they expected like high quality premium leather. It was like cheap, horrible leather. So
Yeah.
that was like my mistake. I should have bought it first and like reviewed the product myself first. But I think that's what like opened my mind in the beginning to like there's possibilities out there to like make online money. I was 15, gave up 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm 20 now. And I guess 5 years later, I actually picked it up and now I'm actually committed to it.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. But I think we've all had a little phase where we want to try something when we were young.
Yeah. I mean, in my case, I think the closest I've ever been to that was I've never really shipped anything out. I was always the one that was either like reselling shoes or at some point reselling candy.
Reselling candy.
Reselling candy, but
How do you do that?
yeah, so that's the sketchy part, you know. You would just I would go to Five Below. I would grab a bag of just full of candy,
Okay.
but then I would grab another bag full of candy and just pay for one.
How,
I don't know how it worked out, but it worked out for a long time, and I would sell candy that way. But I don't know. I just never
where would you resell it?
at school.
Oh, so it was like a school.
Yeah, it
you
was
were like
just a
that kid
school.
with the backpack, like come by.
Literally just anything from candy to snacks, and it would just
My
work
little
out.
brother did that when he was in 6th grade, like 3 years ago.
Yeah, and because people would come up to me and be like, "Well, I'm not paying $3 for a bag of Cheetos." I'm just like, "All right, then you can walk your ass to like 7-Eleven and go get them." And they're like, "All right, bro." So it's like selling out of convenience, selling out of the demand, like supply and demand and stuff. So talking about supply and demand, how do you know which products are going to either have the potential to pop off, or which ones do you know are the ones that are probably not? Because there's like a million and
Millions,
a thousand, like
thousands of products.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Hey, real quick, if you're still watching or listening, congratulations. You don't have the attention span of a goldfish. And it also seems like you like what you're listening or watching. So why not subscribe, leave a comment, like, or if you're in a podcast platform, leave us a review. It helps us out more than you think. All right, let's get back into it.
So what we do, right, is something called sourcing. So sourcing is basically, we have this software. It's called SellerAmp. The software itself actually gives us analysis on the product. Let's say this drink right here.
yeah,
I can open up on the software if it's on Amazon, right? If there's a listing on Amazon, and I can see all the previous history for like the past year or 2 years, all time history, right? How it's been selling throughout the months, throughout the past 3 years, 4
okay, I
years.
see what you mean.
And then there's so much to it, but basically you would just focus on like looking at the actual history, if it's sales, if it's a seasonal, or if it's a all year-round product. Now, I guess more so supply and demand, especially since Q4, the holidays, right? We have, like I mentioned, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Yeah,
So like I mentioned, Halloween, I already knew, I think we all know like pumpkin themed stuff everyone goes crazy for. So when Halloween came around, I was like, okay, I know what I'm going to sell. I know what I'm going to source for, what I'm going to do my research for, what kind of products. I did candy, Halloween costumes, and pumpkin flavored items, right?
Right.
Baking stuff or cookies or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what I had in mind. I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to look for these kind of products. And don't get me wrong, like it's not like I found the products instantly. It took me like, I guess like the first 2 weeks, so 7 days, 14 days of like actually sourcing and going through thousands of different products, because Amazon, millions of products out there, and having to check their seller history. The good thing about it is on October, I actually had hired my first employee by then, right? My virtual assistant. So at the same time, I was training her how to find products, how to source, right? Everything I knew, I was training her. So it was her and I working together.
Yeah.
She would find products. I review it with her every single day. We get on a call like at 10 p.m. And okay, good job on this product. Why you did bad? Why you didn't? How you could improve. And together we just found really good products. We ended up finding costumes, candies, and everyone would always talk about how on Amazon during Q4 there's a lot of big sellers or a lot of sellers out there who like hide throughout the rest of the year and they just come out for Q4 because Q4 is the most profitable time of the year because everyone's buying. And if everyone's buying and there's sales going on, why not be the middleman and take advantage of some profit that's in there, right? So I knew that starting October, September, on October, I'm going to go ahead and look for this kind of demand on products like Halloween items. November, I was like, okay, we got Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of baking needs, a lot of kitchen
Cooking and
cooking stuff.
Okay.
So I remember I was selling stuffing. I was selling canned sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
From like the Dollar Tree, I was getting from like $1 and selling them like in the 12 pack for like $20.
Yeah.
And just a lot of stuff like that, right? Like it was a pretty slow month, I guess, for me compared to, like I said, I hit 31K in October, and then November, I think it ended at like 26, 27, something like that. And December has been, I think, like I said, the best month, but that's because I know what to look for.
Right.
It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? Christmas. So toys are going crazy right now. Candies, like, how like every store, Target comes out with like these peppermint candies or Hershey's, like Christmas variation candies.
Yeah.
So I'm selling a lot of those candies, toys, both boy toys, girl toys, those are doing a lot.
Yeah.
And if I could, the thing is, like I mentioned earlier, there's something called gating, right? So when you're gated for a specific product or category, you can't sell it. You got to get approved for it.
From who?
From Amazon, just has to show, you got to show Amazon that you have proof that the brand, let's say the brand, I don't know, what's a clothing brand? Like a random, we'll just say Goodfellow from Target, right?
Goodfellow. I love Goodfellow.
Yeah, nice shirts.
Yeah.
Let's say Goodfellow from Target. I want to sell they came out with like Christmas themed PJs.
Okay.
Let's say I want to sell that, but on Amazon, it's on Amazon, but it says gated, you're restricted. I got to request approval. And normally you submit an invoice, which is like a receipt. And it shows that you've bought it, that you bought this external, because it's going to ask, we need proof that you bought at least like 10 or 20 units from this brand. And then you send that, you got to buy 10, 20 units from that brand and then send it over. What tends to happen is it's like a 50-50. Sometimes you won't get accepted. And sometimes there's brands who like, you actually need like authority from them. Like you got to go out your way and email the brand, be like, hey, I want to sell this product through you. Half the time you're a small store like me who just started for 6 months, they're going to ignore you. They're not going to care about it. It's like we have bigger wholesalers doing giving us more numbers. So there's a lot of missed opportunities out there, but I mean, my goal is to eventually be able to sell those brands. So that's it just ties it all back to I want to just keep scaling and growing this whole business to the point where like I'm at a wholesale level, spending thousands on like one product. And I just have a lot more reputation and more sell history with Amazon and these other wholesalers and these companies where I'm just, it's automated and I'm making a lot more money. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, there's just a lot of brands out there that it's like 50-50. You can sell it, if not sell. If you can't sell, you're missing out on sales, you're missing out on profit, but it's not the end of the world. Just go ahead and find other products, right? That's what I tell all my students who I'm actually mentoring. They're like find products and they're like, yo, I just found a banger product and they can't sell it. They try, apply for it. And then some of them are like, bro, this is hard. Actually, one of my students, he was this close to giving up, right? He was like, he's only been doing it for a week. And he was like, yo, bro, I can't find a single product. I was like, bro, trust me, I've been in your situation. Cause I guess some people expect that you're going to go ahead and hand them everything, right? But we both know nothing in life is free. No one's going to hand you anything. Or if they do, okay, I guess in a way you're cheating yourself because you're not learning the skill to actually find it. Yeah. So what I told my mentee, I was like, yeah, dude, so like, let's get on a call. Let's see how you're sourcing and let me evaluate how you're doing it. And obviously he was doing some mistakes. I corrected him and a week now he's getting sales in. He's actually getting like 2-3 products up. He's doing good. And probably one of my best students right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's just motivation and discipline.
Motivation and discipline. Yeah. I have a quick question going back to sourcing products because I would always think this. Thinking about it from a business perspective. When you see something, for example, on the shelves, right? Yeah. Let's just say you see a T-shirt, $20. Okay. In my mind, I'm like, okay, they probably bought this for like $8 from like the wholesaler, and they're putting in their tax and like. They're actually maybe making like, I don't know, $3-4 on the shirt. And then you go online and you see like a seller, like an independent seller, not from the actual brand, like for example, on Amazon, but then you see it a little bit cheaper. Okay. I'm just like, do sellers have access? I know you probably touched on it. Maybe I missed it. Do sellers have the opportunity to to get wholesale pricing from brands, or is this more like a partnership deal?
So let me dim down like this, right? So what I focus on right now is something called arbitrage. Okay. So retail arbitrage, online arbitrage. Basically, retail arbitrage, I'll go to like a discount store, let's say Ross or Marshalls. You don't know what Marshalls is? I'll buy candy that's there that I can sell. Yeah. I'll buy like these chocolates for $5 and sell them. I'll be able to sell them online on Amazon. That's arbitrage. Yeah. Same thing online. Instead of going in person, I'm just doing it online. Yeah. Orders online, products online, they come to my house, easier for me, right? And then there's the next step is wholesale. So wholesale, you would actually, there's 2 ways to go about it that I know of. Okay. I think one is you actually go ahead and let's say reach out to Hershey's, the chocolate brand. You reach out to them, but your chances of getting accepted by a big time brand like Hershey's are
very slim.
Very slim.
Basically nothing.
Exactly, right? Or you could go the other route where you reach out to these wholesalers who have access to Hershey already because they're big wholesalers, right? And they give you their catalog, their items, and you can go ahead and buy through them. But there's something called an MOQ, right? So it's not like you can just buy like 10, 20. You got to order at least like
bulk.
Yeah, big. I mean, it's wholesale, right? A big amount, which costs more capital. Obviously, you're going to end up spending maybe like $2,000 to $3,000 on just one product. Okay. So I think that's the wholesale part. Then after wholesale comes brand direct, which is in a sense, just working, like you mentioned, one-on-one with the actual brand. Okay. That's also pretty hard to get into. Yeah. But I mean, there's thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of brands. You could go ahead and, maybe apply with like a smaller brand that's getting some sales in and be like, hey, I would like to sell your product. Can we work a brand direct deal out? you're gonna get a lot of no's probably, but at the end of the day, there's always someone that's gonna say yes. And then through that, you take that opportunity, you grow from that, and then eventually you'll have different people saying yes to you, right? You'll have like a portfolio built up. I've worked with this brand, I worked with this brand, I want to work with you. That's brand direct. And then there's like the big boy, the big shark of them all. It's private label. Right?
Oh, okay.
I don't know if have you ever heard of private label?
I've heard. I don't know what it is though.
Yeah, so private label is basically when you create your own company.
Okay.
You trademark your own company. You get your products from overseas, let's say Alibaba, China, from manufacturers, right? And let's say I'm selling a pair of goggles, right? I want to make my own brand. Obviously, it requires a lot more capital too. And it takes like 3 to 4 months of back end work before you can actually go ahead and post it on Amazon and get sales. And that's why I started off at Arbitrage, because like I said, my mentees, my students, you can start selling the week after, right? Like in a couple of days, you learn the skills there is to it, you can start selling like this. Obviously, you can't do that with like the big boy, like the top,
of course,
private label. Like I said, it takes up like 3 to 4 months of back end work. But basically, obviously, your profit margins are a lot higher. At the end of the day, you own your own brand. You have your own store. Like you actually have a physical store on the website on Amazon that says like, I don't know, let's say Siles goggles or something like that, right? No one else can sell that product. Only I can.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's so much more back end work to it, right? You got to run your ads.
Yeah.
You got to do all that promoting, sponsoring. Because
you're not the middleman anymore.
Exactly. Because if you just launch a product out of nowhere, no one knows who you are, then you're just gonna lose money. So I mean, that's also something I could see myself getting into like 3 years from now. Okay. But I definitely want to go like this, right? Like I said, January 2026, I'm gonna take that year to learn wholesale. Hopefully, get into wholesaling, and then from there, brand direct maybe towards the end. I know during Q4, it's always best to do arbitrage just because it's just easy. Every store is going on discount. So like Target, Walmart, they're on discount. I'll go ahead and buy some products and sell them quick. And then I see myself, like I said, 3 years maybe doing private label, having my own brand, having my own trademark.
Dang, let's talk about private label. That sounds interesting. I've always wanted to, one thing that I did want to do and that I did do in high school was attempt to launch a gym wear brand.
A gym what?
A gym wear brand, like gym clothes.
Oh, nice.
Completely failed because again, if no one knows who you are, no one knows your brand, then it's whatever. But I mean, the way that I remember I was doing a print on demand from like some random ass website, and it was fun for a little bit, but then I never went through with it.
How's that work? Is that like the sample basically?
So you have the you essentially have the design. You send them over the design, and then they'll tell you like, okay, you need to order like X amount of things with us, right? Like, they don't really do bulk orders because it's print on demand. So you have to, once you get an order in, you buy with them, and then they'll send it directly to the person.
Oh, so you don't have to receive.
So you don't have to receive anything. Nice. They just send it directly to them, which was a really good end concept. I just never went through with it. I thought, but it's interesting. If private label is the end goal, what are you doing now to work towards that? I know you said you want to go to wholesale first, then brand direct deals, but building out a private label means that you have to have a personal brand.
Exactly.
So how's that working?
Right, because like I said, if you don't have, anyone can launch a product, right?
Yeah.
I could get into a private label right now, but who's going to buy my product?
Exactly.
So I think that ties back. Like I said, obviously I'm going step by step because I want to master I want to master arbitrage, which I think I've already have at a certain point. And then I want to master wholesale, get into some brand direct, see how it works, how it is to actually work one-on-one with the company. Yeah. And then obviously learn from that and then have my own private label. But by 3 years, bro, my end goal is to obviously have a presence on social media. Mm-hmm. So right now, like I think you've seen my Instagram. Mm-hmm. I tend to get a couple of views. Like I wouldn't say I average, but at least one video like a month will get like over 100, 200K views. Simply because there's like relatable gym content, right? Yeah. But then that doesn't convert into what it is that I'm actually trying to build. Yeah. Like I'm trying to build, right, this brand, personal brand around me that I'm a online e-com seller, right? And that I'm a 20 years old, 21 years old, 22 years old. Hopefully by then I'll be a 7-figure seller. Mm-hmm. And just show people, my end goal is just to show kids who are just like me, that it's possible, right? Yeah. That you just, like I mentioned, you put your head into it You learn everything there is to it. Literally go ghost for like 3-4 months, as corny as it sounds, and then just learn everything there is, the back ends to, and whatever it is, whether it's Amazon, whether it's some sort of other online business or actual business, just learn everything there is to it and make it happen.
Yeah.
Right. Actions speak louder than words. And I just want to be like an inspiration to people that it's possible, because I don't come from like no rich family or anything.
Yeah.
Right. I'm a, what do you call it? First generation American. So I just want to be like that inspiration that if I can do it, you can too, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm doing towards like right now towards to reach that goal of having a good PB, personal brand, is I'm trying to post every single day. Don't get me wrong, social media, I guess it's like sometimes like you have the motivation out of nowhere, like you just don't know what to post.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I don't know what to post, but I gotta get something out there every single day, right? And my goal is for 2026 is just to hopefully have 10K followers on my Instagram, which I know is just a number, but still it just helps somewhat.
Yeah, it's a
right?
metric.
Exactly. So I have 10K by like before I turn 21, which my birthday is in February 6th. So I have what, like a month?
A month.
2 months?
Yeah. So
I don't know. I'm at 1.4 right now. Hopefully 1.5 by the end of like 2 weeks. Next week, we'll see. But like I said, I mean, the way I see it, the whole like Instagram, social media, personal brand thing is also in a sense kind of like business. You know, if you actually want it bad enough and learn like the back end to it, I guess like the algorithm or whatever, learn what people actually want to see or what people actually enjoy watching, and you're going to grow, right? You're going to get it in. Just like I'm getting sales, I learned how to get sales. I'm going to learn how to get followers.
yeah.
So definitely have a personal brand. Once I have a big enough personal brand, I could launch a clothing brand if I want to. And I have all these followers that, let's say I have like 200K followers, at least like 5 to 10K of them are going to go ahead and buy my clothing brand, right?
I mean, 5,000 people spending $20 is a lot. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So yeah, I think that makes sense. I think, when it comes to personal branding, it's really just kind of what it is that you want your audience to do, right? So if you want your audience to buy a product that you're selling, you have to build the storyline behind it. Why is it that you're doing it? Or else it just becomes, again, a random ass product that who is really going to give a fuck about.
Right.
But you mentioned coaching. What is this about? What is it that you're coaching?
Amazon, dude.
Yeah.
Arbitrage. So what I do.
Why'd you decide to do that?
I think I simply decided to do because it just ties back to like what I want to do at the end of the day, right? Like have that personal brand, just show people how it's possible to do. That if I can do it, you can do it too. So I was like, why not start now? Okay. I have some people who want to learn. Yeah. So take them under my wing, and it just ties back to the whole conversation we had earlier. They could go ahead and learn right on their own, free route, but they're gonna run into the errors to stuff. They're gonna run. Let's say they buy a product that they weren't supposed to buy, right? Maybe they got on a listing that, let's say it's an IP complaint listing, meaning only one seller actually has authority. They're going to go ahead and kick you out, and then boom, your account's deactivated. All the money you have that Amazon's supposed to pay you out, it's gone. It's over.
Really? They can just take it?
Amazon does that, bro.
That's crazy.
I know like 3 sellers who, especially one of my boys, he lives in Chicago. He's a 7-figure seller. Amazon took his account like this because he accidentally bought a wholesale unit that he wasn't supposed to sell. And now he's been fighting 2 months now with Amazon to try to get it back. I think he has lawyers involved and everything.
That's crazy.
It's insane, bro.
I'll crash out.
Yeah, literally.
That's crazy.
Bro, literally. But like I said, why I took students, why I decided to go the coaching route, like I said, it just ties back to what I want to do, right? How I inspire other people and help them do it. So that's what I'm doing. And it's been going really well. I have 2 of my students, Eugenio and Nick. Their first month of selling, right? They started late October. Yeah. November was their first month. Like they actually understood. Nick ended at 11K. His first month, which is insane.
That's crazy.
And then Eugenio ended at 12K.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Obviously, I'm like proud of them, bro, because I remember if I could hit a 10K month when I first started, it would have been crazy. I would have been flipping. Yeah. And now, I mean, the reason why they did it was, like I said, they no better thing. I feel like this is my perspective on things. You want to learn something, learn from someone who's done it already. Right? You could avoid all that hassle and all that time wasted, like making errors, making mistakes. You can just invest a little bit of invest yourself into a program or a personal, I guess, coach or someone who you know, and they'll go ahead and, in a sense, help you achieve your dreams. But I don't sell like, I'm going to make you 10K. I'm going to make you 10K. what I tell everyone who's interested or who like hits me up like, hey, can I work with you or can you teach me, is like, yeah, I mean, I can definitely teach you the skills there is, and I can give you a blueprint to like make 10, 20, 30K a month. However, it just comes down to you. Like if you're actually willing to, you know, get that blueprint, learn all there is to it, and actually show up every single day, right? Because not everyone is actually meant for, I guess, in a sense, running a business, right?
Yeah.
Some people are, I like to see it, like I see it this way. Some people are meant to actually, you know, work the normal 9 to 5, with nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. We need those.
We need
people.
workers.
We need workers, right? And then there's some people who actually have that, I guess, what would you call it? Like that ability.
Yeah, it's just like the little fire.
Right, exactly. A little hunger in them to actually run a business and make it successful. So I always tell any of my students, right? Like, it just comes down to you. Like, I'm here. You have access to me. You have access to my other coach, Anthony. Like, you have access to both of us. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to you. We can only do so much. You know, we're not here to hold your hand and feed you everything there is to it. Our goal is for you to learn everything there is to it, and by you know, getting our help. But eventually, we want you to master it yourself too, right? It gets to a point where like they don't need us anymore, right? Because you're not always gonna need a mentor.
Yeah,
the mentor's only there with you for like 1
They're supposed to outgrow them.
until you, exactly, you gotta always outgrow your mentor. And yeah, I mean, that's why I did it, bro. Just to help other people who are in my position, who I see, you know, they were once in my similar position. They want to start something. They have their hunger in them. So if I can teach them, if they're, you know, if I feel like I can actually go ahead and, in a sense, change your life, then I'll go ahead and do it. That's what I'm doing, bro.
That's so crazy. And I guess what's one of like the biggest struggles when it comes to teaching other people? Because I mean, like you said, you can only do so much for them, right? You can only give them so much help, so much blueprints. You can only tell them essentially what to do step by step, right? It's up to them whether they want to or not. Have you had any problems with maybe someone saying like, hey, this doesn't work, like you're not doing the right thing, or like you're not teaching me the right thing?
To be honest, bro, I'm not gonna lie. My mentees have been
so far, so good.
Really, yeah. Like I mentioned, I think I had one, but he ended up just actually putting in the work.
Okay.
I had one who like was like, yeah, bro, like I don't know, I'm not finding any products, right? But like I said, we went ahead and fixed that. We saw what he's doing wrong and corrected him, and now he's like, okay, thank you, right? But up to date, I've been doing the program for like 2 months now.
Okay.
Like I said, late October, I think I started, and all my mentees have been good, bro.
So far, so good.
But I definitely do see myself running into like someone who will go like, bro, like I'm not getting those sales. Like, you scammed me. Where's my, like, I want my money back. But, bro, like you know what you got yourself into. Like that's what it's not like I just close anyone, right?
Yeah.
I'll get on a call with them and just see if they're a good qualified lead to even go ahead and, you know, put my time into them, into having them start something of their own. Because at the same time, I'm running my own business. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm taking time out of my personal day and my business time to go ahead and teach these guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll definitely probably run into some sort of mentee down the line who just feels like they got scammed or something.
Yeah, of course. I think that one of the main concepts that I always like to dig in is entrepreneurship is essentially a whole self-development journey from beginning to start, right? Like the person that you were when you started doing what it is that you're doing, it's not the same person that's sitting right in front of me, right? You've had your doubts, you've had your mistakes, you've had your struggles, you've had everything, probably even the verge of quitting, right?
100%, bro. Yeah.
And one of the main points of why I started this was to like show that it's not easy. It's not like what you see on Instagram, what you see on YouTube. It's a highlight reel essentially, right? No one really sees the struggles. So what were those struggles in the beginning, whether it was mentally, physically, logistically, even capital wise, that you encountered?
Yeah. So when I started, I like to say June, right? I think I full on committed like end of May. I started selling in June.
Okay.
And yeah, in a sense, I was a little limited to capital. I only had like personal credit. So I think my limit with that was like around maybe 10K, which is still a lot to begin with.
That is a lot.
It's a lot.
That's more than what I started with.
Damn. I know others who start with 2-3K only.
Yeah.
Right? And that's like actual capital. But the thing is, what I've been doing, I've been leveraging credit since the beginning.
Okay.
So like I was like, I have the government money. If I can, like, I'm responsible enough, then I can go ahead and use the government money.
If you're responsible, you can. It works out. Yeah.
And that's what I did, right? Obviously, I didn't go all in 10K in the beginning because if I did, that would have been a major setback because I didn't know enough about the actual arbitrage business to go ahead and invest $10,000 like that. Right? I think I would have ended up losing. But fun fact, I actually went my first like 2 weeks of selling. So like my first like end of week of May, June, maybe like June 10th, 11th, the sales I was doing, I thought I was making money.
Yeah.
I was making like $1,000 a week maybe on sales or something like that. I was having like $500. I had like a $500 day my second day of selling. I was like, oh my god, I'm up. Like I had the boost of dopamine. That I was doing an error that at the whole time, even though my numbers were going up, I was going negative, bro. I was losing money on every single product because I was buying there's shipping costs you gotta pay for. Okay. Right? And I didn't understand it. So my dumbass was like, okay, so I want to be a good seller. I want people to feel comfortable with their actual, I want them to like feel comfortable with who they're buying from and like be happy with it, satisfied. I'm going to go ahead and give them the fastest shipping option there is, right?
That's crazy.
So instead of paying for like $8 and because the item back then I was selling, shipping would average me like $8 per label. I was paying like, and my margins are based off you already calculate before buying a product, you calculate the shipping margins into it and all the other stuff, everything, right? So basically, you already have an estimate of how much you're going to make. Yeah, net. Like 30 units. Okay. So that's what I did. I had, I was like, my margins were based on the $8 things, but I don't know. I think I had just too much dopamine that I wasn't thinking straight for like the first week and a half, 2 weeks of selling. Yeah. That I was buying the like $12 labels, $15 labels of shipping instead of $8. So that's all your profit. Difference. Yeah. So I was profiting like nothing. Bro. Negative 20 cents, negative 30 cents.
It's crazy.
And I didn't realize that until my first payoffs. Like, my mom was like, my mom's very big on numbers and everything. She's also, in a sense, I guess a businesswoman. She's always had her own little catering business on the side ever since I grew up, right? So she's very tight on like keeping your numbers straight, doing your numbers. And she always like, Mark, we gotta do your numbers. We gotta do your numbers. How much you're spending on products? How much you're doing that? I was like, oh, no, I got it. I know what I'm doing. So I regret not listening to your mom. So everyone who's watching this, always listen to your parents, because at the end of the day,
they know better.
They know better. They've been through it. But yeah, I was going negative and I got my first paycheck. I was like, wait, how am I like, I only got back what I invested into the product. I made zero profit, bro. I was like, no way. But I learned, right? I got on a call with my mentor. I was like, what am I doing wrong? He's like, bro, let's see. Same thing like I do with my mentor. He was like, let's go through it. He helped me. We looked at my logs, my shipping logs. I was losing money on every single shipping because I was buying the expensive shipping. Yeah. Because in my mind, I was like, if it gets quicker to them, if I buy them the expedited shipping, they're going to be happier. And it makes sense, guess, right? Probably. But yeah, I cooked myself. And I learned off that. So I think it just ties to entrepreneurship. Not every day is going to be an amazing day, especially in the beginning. There's days where you're just going to feel like you're doing it wrong, or if it's even possible. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if you feel it this way, but sometimes I'll wake up, bro. Like once in a while, I'm like, is this like really like, what if it just is it even worth it? Like, do I see myself doing this long term? I know I talk to Bristol about it all the time. He's like, yeah, man, you're just going to feel those. Like I'd be feeling those too.
You just feel it. It's just part of it. Like you just have to.
I'm like, bro, like I think about it. I'm like, should I just do college and just like do a 9 to 5? And like, I don't know.
Because it's the same thing, right? I mean, there's always the bigger the risk, the bigger the payout, right? So it's like, if you want to do the secure thing, you're just going to have a smaller payout.
Exactly. So there's definitely fear. I feel like maybe that fear is never going to go away, especially if you start scaling bigger and bigger. It's going to get worse. Obviously, the more numbers you want to make, the more money you got to put in. Oh, yeah. If I want to make 100K a month on Amazon, I got to put in at least maybe like 30K worth of capital. Yeah. And it's like imagine me putting 30K in. I can only imagine the doubt. I'm like, fuck, like I just put this much money. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Is it going to work?
Yeah. Gosh.
Should I just like quit? Should I just take it back out? But yeah, man, I think it's not all rainbows and sunshine. There's days where you're going to feel like you're not, if it's even worth it. But that's just where it shows if you're meant for it or not, right? If you go ahead and overcome it. Because at the end of the day, like I said, you show up every single day, even on the bad days, and you're bound for success, bro. That's how I always see it.
Yeah, when you show up, when you actually do the work and you show up regardless of how you feel.
Yeah.
Cool things happen. Exactly. And like, yeah, so I was saying my first like week and a half, I went negative.
I learned from that. My mom was like, what I tell you, this, that. I'm like, okay, mom, okay. And I guess in a sense, since I was in a group, like a group chat with like all these other sellers that were doing the same thing, my first, I think June, I didn't hit 10Ks until September, which I ended up hitting at 25K instead of 10K, like I mentioned, right? And so June went by, July, August. So 3 months, I didn't see 10K months. And I'll kid you not, I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, is this even meant for me? Because there was other sellers that were joining. I guess like my mentees, I guess they just had that hunger in them, or they had something in them differently.
Yeah.
That they were hitting 10K the first month. Or, you know, by the time, like, let's say I joined May and someone joined in like June or July and they had a bigger month on August than I did. I was like, oh, man, like I'm getting left behind. But in a sense, that also pushed me to just do more. I was like, okay, this kid's younger than me. He's 19, he's 18, and he just hit a 10K month before me. Yeah, there's no way. I'm doing something wrong. So I go ahead and reevaluate what I'm doing, learn off it, fix my mistakes, and then just better myself every single time I can. I think I also catch myself getting comfortable sometimes, which is, I feel like, a big key factor when it comes to running a business. Because the moment you get comfortable, then you're just gonna stop. Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Comfortability has killed more dreams than like laziness and lack of capital and lack of knowledge. Because like the moment you get comfortable, you're just like, well, there's no reason for me to push anymore, right? Like that drive that pushed you to where you're at right now, it's not the same drive that's going to keep you in the game.
Exactly.
So you have to recalibrate.
Yeah. So that's, I guess in a sense, Supra, right? Obviously the Supra, me working, I used to work at Toyota, right?
Okay.
I worked at 9 to 5 at Toyota. I was a technician on cars. Don't get me wrong, I love cars. So working on cars, it wasn't a bad job, because I think I was with my boys. We'd mess around, work on cars, fix cars, get to see cool cars every now and then. But I was getting paid like ass, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like, I don't know, man. I've always told myself that I don't feel like I'm meant for just working a dead-end job in a sense, right? I didn't know what that was until I learned all these other possibilities, that there's money out there, online money to make. You just gotta learn that skill. And for anyone watching that like thinks they gotta go ahead and quit their job right away when they start a business model, I don't recommend that at all, right? You wanna have some sort of cash flow.
You want to be a little safe.
Exactly. You want to be a little safe. And that's what I did. I told myself, I gave myself the goal. As soon as I start making more on Amazon than I am on my job, my regular job, that's when I'm gonna go ahead and leave my job. So that's what I did in August. I left. I took that, even though I like broke even. Like I think I did like profit. I think I profited like $2,000, $2.5 on August, even though it's not a lot, right? But that's how much I told you I was making $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, $500 more. Okay, I'm leaving the job, and I did. I had my biggest month the next month.
Jeez. How was that? Was it scary?
It was leaving my job?
Yeah.
Not really, because I mean, it's a technician job. I always told myself, worst comes to worst, I can always go back to being a mechanic.
Exactly.
You know, I'm 20 years old.
Yeah.
So like, it's not the end of the world for me. You know, if I feel like this business model, this whatever, just go back. Exactly. Go back to school. Go back to being a technician.
Yeah, that's a good thing about being young.
Yeah, exactly. And being young, but we gotta take advantage of that. Everyone, we got to be like, our responsibilities, we don't have that many responsibilities compared to
really
40, 50 years old, right?
Yeah. I mean,
family.
you don't have kids, you don't have a wife, you don't have a dog. Maybe you do have a dog, but
I never had a dog.
me neither. But you don't necessarily gotta pay rent. You don't gotta step out the house, you know?
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Take advantage of that. But I guess being comfortable, it took me, when I got the car, Supra, I guess it just put me, getting that car, like in the sense of like, okay, I got a car. Now my goal is to pay off this car within a year. So in a sense, I put myself in a little bit less comfortable situation.
Yeah.
Where like, I know I can obviously afford it and go ahead and it's going to pay itself through the business, but it just gave me that like pushing like factor to just make more money. I have this car now, so like I have to make more money. Right? So that's what I'm doing, man. It's every single day. That's my goal, is just to get one step closer to my 7-figure net worth, I guess.
Yeah. Do you have any projections on when that could be?
I'm giving myself 2 years, bro.
2 years?
Yeah,
Damn.
2 years.
That's
You
crazy.
think that's a lot? You think that's a long time?
I think that's a little time, don't you
Really?
think? I mean, like, as you scale, things break, right? So, like we said, either leadership, capital, employees, teammates, things like that. So I think my only advice to you, if you want to double, or if you want to hit $1 million from doing like what, if you're doing a 30K run rate, that would be maybe 300K by the end of the year over the span of 12 months, or a little bit under 400K.
Yeah.
The amount of money that you're going to have to spend, the amount of energy that you're going to have to put, the amount of manpower, and not just that, just the capacity to get over problems, get over people problems, which is even worse, and have the capacity to also understand that things are going to go wrong for a very long time as well. It's something that you think you might be ready for. But I'm telling you from experience, you are not. If you think you're prepared, you're probably not prepared. Because and that's not discouragement at all.
100%.
It's more of like be ready for that. Like when it happens, you should not feel like oh, I'm not good enough, or like I'm not doing this right. No, you're completely doing it right. You're doing something that 0.001% of men in their life will ever do, right? The amount of money that takes and the kind of person that it takes to build something like that is a crazy person, first of all,
Right.
and someone completely out of the normal. But you just have to, it's going to take a lot of money. If you think that, if right now you said that in order to make 100K, you need to spend $30,000, maybe just on product. I mean, times that by 10, you need to make $1 million. You need to spend $300,000 on product. Plus, at that point, you're going to need a team. So you need to put in payroll. Plus, you're probably going to need a manager. So you need some overhead. Plus, you're going to probably need like a warehouse. I mean, where are you going to put this? Like, you can't put this anywhere else. So there's steps to it. And sometimes going slow is faster than going fast. You know, sometimes taking things slow.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
2 years is amazing. It's great. But don't ever rush the lessons that you need to learn along the way just for a number or a metric, because those lessons, they take time. They're unteachable lessons. Sometimes unteachable lessons come in the form of a mistake. They come in the form of money loss. But those are lessons that are going to carry you from 1 million to 10 million to 100 million. So, sometimes it's good to just,
Slow down a little bit.
slow down a little bit, recalibrate, and just make sure that you have all your check engine lights off and get off to the race.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. For real.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you for experience. I burned myself. But
No, I definitely heard about. I mean, I always hear about like all these big guys who like, I guess since that's beta already or made that big amount of money.
Yeah.
They always talk about a breakthrough, like a moment you're just gonna be down by, like it's gonna feel like the worst time ever. Right?
Yep.
And I know that's coming for me, especially with my goals, because I'll be honest, I haven't had that yet.
Yeah.
This whole business has been, I wouldn't say it's rainbow sunshine every single time, but I haven't had that point where like I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm negative. Like I'm in too deep. Like what do I do now? I haven't had that yet.
Okay.
But I definitely do see myself having one of those, because if everyone's had it, then
it's coming.
I'll have it too. Yeah.
It's coming. I mean, it might be 2-3 months from now. It might be a year or two from now. You might actually get to $1 million before it ever happens.
Yeah.
So it's part of life. Just like how you have heartbreak, just how you have betrayal, just how you have everything. You have something going on wrong in the business, and you just have to be ready emotionally, mentally, and physically to not let that deter you from the goal.
Yeah, I think that ties back to if you're actually meant for it or not, right?
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship.
Definitely. I mean, do you watch Alex Hormozy?
Yeah, I see him on my feeds every now and then. I never really like religiously watched him like that, but
yeah, I mean, he's a great example because he not only failed once and lost everything, he failed twice and he lost everything, and the third time everything worked out. So, I mean, imagine reaching your goal of $1 million and everything just completely falls down to the ground and you end up with $0. Do you have that capacity? Do you have the lessons learned? Do you have the skills to build back up to $1 million just to maybe lose it again? There's always that risk that you're always going to lose things again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, what's left is the skills. What's left is the knowledge, and essentially the ball is to keep doing it. Just a thought or two.
no, I appreciate it, bro. I don't know what's ready, bro. Let it go.
Oh yeah. So what's tactically, what would be like the next couple months looking like for you?
like goal wise with like my business.
Yeah, as in like
Amazon.
you know, if 40K is the goal
this month.
now, what's January, February, March, etc. looking like?
I think I definitely want to hit a 100K month by like the next 6 months, bro. Because wholesale, I'm gonna get into wholesaling, so I know wholesaling it's gonna take me from here to here, right? It's the next step.
Is that big of a deal?
Yeah, arbitrage. Because let me explain it like this, right?
Yeah.
So arbitrage is the very beginner friendly, right?
Okay.
That's where you go ahead and learn. There's sales to be made. I mean, I'm making 40K a month. This guy's making 50, 60, 70, 80K months off it, right? But thing is, you're competing with a lot of other sellers.
Right.
Because it's a very beginner level, entry level, right? So what tends to happen is you have so much competition. Now, if you get to wholesale, there's still competition, but it goes from competition like this to like this.
Yeah, because not everybody gets in there.
Not everybody gets in wholesale. Not everyone has the capital. Not everyone made it to that point to be able to make it to wholesale, right? So I guess competition wise, it would lower, meaning I have less people on my listings, and plus I'm getting better margins in them, right? I'm buying in bulk, so I'm getting better margins.
Yep.
So I have some sort of more wiggle room to play with when it comes to like lowering my prices or having the better price, because maybe I'm getting a product. Let's say I'm getting a candy. Let's say this guy that's on the listing, he's just doing arbitrage. He's getting the candy for like $4 a piece. Since I'm doing wholesale, I'm getting it for like $2 a piece, maybe, right? So I have $2 right there of wiggle room. I can lower my price a little bit and get more sales than him, not losing money. Rather if the arbitrage guy lowers his price, he's losing money.
Yeah.
Right? So wholesale, definitely margins would be a lot bigger, and just I'll be able to sell more products, meaning get bigger, higher numbers. So I definitely do see myself hitting 100K a month on Amazon within the next 6 months. By June, I'll definitely hit 100K a month. I know that for sure. And like I said, hopefully Q4 next year, which would be my second Q4, because this is my first Q4 right now. It's my second Q4, I'll hit another, I don't know, 150K a month. So basically, to almost triple what I'm making right now. I'll definitely do it though, because by then I'll have wholesale, I'll have a systemized, I'll have a bigger team by then. That's my goal. And yeah, bro, if I can just hit, let's say I go the safe route and just do 30K a month. That puts me at like 30 times 3 times 12.
It's 360.
360. Okay. I'm already at 120, I think. So 360, that's already $500,000 right there. Right. On my Amazon revenue. So that would just put me on path to like within the next year, if I do another 360, well, I'm like at 800 almost. So I guess in a sense, I'll be close to my end goal. Like I said, I want to have 7 figures generated by 23. I always told myself 20. I don't know why 23, but ever since I was,
23.
Yeah, it was just 23. Like by 23, I gotta have $1 million. Like,
for me it was 25. By 25, I have to have a personal net worth of $1 million or more, and then a business generating $1 million or more every year. Yeah.
But then like I also see all these guys who they're doing it, but they're making like 1.2, 1.3, 2 million a year off the business model I do a year. Right. So if they can do it, why can't I do it, bro? Right?
Yeah. Of course.
If they can do it, I can definitely do it. But like you said, there's definitely gonna be rough times. So it's just gonna determine if I'm actually capable of doing it, of making it happen, of overcoming those bad times, learning from them and just growing from them and making not repeating the same mistakes.
Yep.
And just taking advantage of what I've been through and growing from it and making it a better thing for myself, right?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. How do you think being in the gym and I guess building up that gym discipline and all those habits, how do you think that has translated over into the business world?
I think it's a big role, bro. Bristol, right? We all know Bristol.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Bristol, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'd be in this position, bro. He's like, no glaze, dude. No glaze. No glaze.
Don't get excited, yo.
Don't excited. No glaze.
Oh, God.
But he definitely did, in a sense, change the trajectory of where I was headed to.
Yeah.
Every time I get a haircut from this guy, he'd be like, bro, what are you doing with your life, dude? You're 20 years old. What are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? Like, you're talking to...
What are you doing with your life? That sounds like, bro.
Nah, he'd be like, what are you doing with your life, bro? You're 20 years old. Like, you have nothing. You're working a fucking job. You're talking to all these girls. Like, stop talking to girls. Stop chasing dopamine. I'm like, I would just be like, okay, bro. And then I guess just hearing him say all that shit, every time I get a haircut, I was like, okay, I'll do a clothing brand, because I tried doing a clothing brand before I did e-commerce. I was like, I'll go ahead and do a clothing brand. And then
That's
I
very
pull up
hard.
to his shop one day. I'm like, he's like, so what are you doing, bro? Like, what you been up to? I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm doing a clothing brand. And he shuts on me. He's like, a clothing brand, bro? Like, what the hell? I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, we'll see. And I guess just him, like, actually, in the sense, looking out for me, like wanting, knowing that I'm capable of doing so much more. Because he'd always tell me, Mark, we would lift together, right? He's like, you have this discipline to lifting. Go ahead and apply that to business, right?
Yeah.
Build something for yourself. Because not everyone has that discipline. When going to the gym every single day, like even when you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Because there's days where I don't feel like lifting.
Yeah.
But I'll still go because it's just part of like, it makes me feel a lot better after, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or I have to do it. Right?
Yeah. It literally lifts up your mood.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, he has a point. So I learned I've been lifting for like 3 years now.
Yeah.
3-4 years. That's insane, bro. 2021. I was a junior. It's insane.
I'm looking back, yeah.
Yeah. So I was a junior when I started lifting and I always enjoyed it, right? So I guess it takes up, because not everyone maybe will get into that gym phase, but then they'll last maybe like a couple months or like a year and then fall off, right? They're like, I'm tired of going. I know friends, same age as me. Like when I was starting, they'd be like, Mark, how do you go to the gym for like an hour or an hour 30 a day? Because back then I would go for like an hour or 2 hours, right? It's a long time. I don't go like that anymore. But they were like, bro, how do you have the discipline to go every single day, bro? Like, I can't do that. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I just simply enjoy actually going to the gym and like lifting weights and bettering my physique in a sense, right?
Yeah.
And I think that just shows that not everyone's meant for certain things.
Yeah.
So, but you got to build that discipline. I've been doing it for 4 years now. That's insane. 4 years of lifting every single day. Obviously, right now, not every single day.
Yeah.
There's been times where like I did leave it for like maybe a couple weeks or a month, but I built that discipline. Definitely helped me in like my Amazon journey because it taught me to just show up, even when I don't feel like doing it. Just show up, because like at the gym, I don't feel like going, but if I go, I'll get a nice pump. I'll feel amazing. I'll go flexing. I'll take off my shirt, look at my physique. But okay, I look a little better now.
Yeah.
Like at least I have this pump. I didn't have that one night before going in. And then with business, right? I'll go ahead. Okay, I don't feel like sourcing today, but I went ahead, stayed up the night, did my sourcing. I found a product. Now the next day I have a product to sell, right? More money being made. So it just translates over. Having that discipline to actually, that gym discipline that I had definitely helped me on the journey to where I'm at right now.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how that works. You know, it's like you said, discipline being doing the thing that you need to do even when you don't want to do it. It sounds very, very, very simple, but it's something that it's easily overlooked because of how simple it sounds, and people don't understand the multiples of orders of magnitude that it's like how important it is. I think not only discipline, but just having the grit to go from 0 pounds, 5 pounds, to going all the way to like 50, 60, 70 pounds that you're lifting. That also translates to going from maybe one single product that you're sourcing, one single product that you're selling to, 4, 5, 6, 7 and beyond that help you get closer to your goal. It's little lessons and little habits like that really multiply and make up the person that, is standing here today and that will be there tomorrow.
100%, bro.
What would you say if anybody wanted to get into this e-com business, and again, you having your mentees, what would you say to them as in pros or as in cons? What would you say?
Pros, obviously, I mean, dude, you're making money literally through your phone and your laptop, dude.
Yeah.
Right. And you have the resources and the opportunity to, control how much you want to make. Basically, right? You want to make more money. You want to hit a bigger month. You want to hit a bigger day. Then let's find more products.
Yeah.
Put in the work. Put more time into finding products. You're gonna get a bigger storefront and more sales. I think that's a pro. Is just simply that liberty, right? That freedom. You can literally work from anywhere. Take your laptop with you, your phone with you, and just source whenever you want. And you just get sales. And I think I've been getting sales throughout this whole podcast, like 18 minutes ago, 26 minutes ago. Just keep getting sales while I'm doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right. And that's that's a pro. You can definitely build it up to a point where like I said, my own goal, right? Have it fully automated. But that just comes down to if you're willing to show up and do it, put in the work, going through the bad days and show up even when you don't feel like showing up. The cons, I'd say, obviously, is I think every entrepreneur feels this way, right? You end up working more than a 9 to 5 on your own business.
Oh yeah,
Like
way
a 9
more.
to 5, you work at 8 hour, maybe 9 hour shift. And then the actual business model you're growing, there's days where I'm working 12, 13, 14, like all day, literally, right? I'll just stay up working hours and hours and hours because you're building something for yourself. So one, it's very time consuming. So if you don't see yourself having enough time, then that's a con, right? For you. I guess another con would more so be, I don't really know, bro. To be honest with you, I'm not really quite sure. I mean, I don't see why not take that risk and just go all in and bet on yourself, right?
Yeah.
If you fail, at least you tried.
Yeah, you tried and you learned.
Exactly, you tried and you learned, and not like Ricardo said, not everyone goes ahead and actually takes that risk to learn. So a lot of people just stay comfortable. They just watch from the sidelines and just be like, okay, like he's doing it, he's gonna fail, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or he got lucky. Like once you make it, they'll be like, oh, he got lucky, right? He's just one of those few people, but they don't see the back ends. They don't see all those time and hours put into the work. So like, I guess why not take that risk and just make it happen, or at least trying to make it happen, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like in a sense, trying the e-com, because there's nothing to lose, to be honest. Yeah, maybe you'll lose a couple thousand, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's not the end of the world. You fail, you go back to your normal job, right?
Yeah.
And just go make back that 5K in like 3 months or whatever job you're working at. I don't know what job you're working at. But if you're young, take advantage of your youth and that freedom of like responsibilities you have right now. Because if you wait for quote unquote, I guess, the right time to start, it's never going to come around because there's no such thing as a right time to start. You just got to one day just wake up and be like, okay, I'm going to do it.
That's it.
I'm going to do it. Because if you wait for that call, then it's never going to happen. Because you're in that right now. Like, let's say me, the version of me not doing Amazon, I'm just waiting like, okay, one day when the time's right. But every single day that goes by, I'm just in the same position that I was, not making any money. So I tell everyone, there's no better time to start. If anything, just do it now. Learn the skills you have to learn. Show up. If you fail, okay, you failed, but you tried, right? And if you really want to make it happen, you're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, it's literally just as simple as that. I know that you, not to bring back the glaze, but I know you said that you had someone in your corner that pushed you,
Yeah,
and that saw maybe the potential that you didn't see in yourself at that time.
yeah.
Do you think you would have ended up where you are today if it wasn't for having that person in your corner?
Glaze, dude. Holy crap.
Well, I'm not trying to glaze him, but I mean, it's very important because
100%.
entrepreneurship can be very lonely. Very lonely.
It is very lonely sometimes.
You are in the grind state. You're learning a lot. You literally just don't have time for anything else.
Yeah, no.
You're obsessed with this one thing.
No, 100%. Especially in the beginning, right? Especially in the beginning. Yeah, man. If it wasn't, I mean, like I said, I'll always be grateful for the people, friends I've managed to make throughout the span of this last 2025. It's probably been the best year ever. And yeah, if it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for Bristol, bro, yeah, I don't think I would have started because I was in that position where like when it's the right time, I would tell myself that every single day just to make myself feel better because there's other kids making more money than me, younger than me.
Yeah.
Right. So it would just bring me that comfort and that validation when the time's right. But having him just push me and be like, bro, just do it. Like, just do it. You know, that changed my life. And it just ties back to the people you're surrounded with, right? You surround yourself. My mom's always told me, you surround yourself. And I didn't believe her at first.
We never believe our moms. Never believe our Gosh, man.
Until, you experience it, like, okay,
exactly.
Right.
And they're like, damn it, mom, I should have listened to you.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, mom. And yeah, she'd always tell me, like, don't get me wrong, right? I love my friends, my day ones, right?
Yeah.
My friends who I've been with since I was like 15, 16, 17. But I would always, we'd go out, we'd go eat, play soccer, go do whatever, watch movies, just literally do anything but make money, right? Do anything but make money. But we'd always talk about getting rich someday, but none of us knew what we were doing.
Yeah, everybody, we all talked.
And my mom would always be like, "You're wasting your time. You're not doing anything. Go get a job or go do this." Like, okay, whatever, right? And she's like, "Your friends are lazy." right? And you're just like them. And I'll be like, no, mom, like I'm not, like I'm just my friends, like I'm just enjoying time. But then ever since I started this entrepreneurship journey, I've met like-minded people, and I surrounded myself with people who are doing bigger numbers than me, people who are doing better than me, right? People who I want to be in the position within, like in the future. And I kid you not, me being in that situation, in like that circle with people better than me or people like-minded like me, it pushed me to become better myself, right? So like I said, my mom would always be like, I don't know how you really say it in English, but in Spanish it would be like, what should I say? I blanked out. It was like, surround yourself with, I guess, lazy people. You're going to become one.
Yeah, yeah. Like, tell me who you're hanging out. Tell me who you are.
Exactly that. Yeah, she'd always tell me that. I'd get annoyed. I'm like, Mom, nah. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
But it was in a sense I was, man. I mean, I was 19 years old, 18 years old, hanging out doing nothing because my friends, they didn't have any goals in life. They didn't want to, they didn't have that hunger, that drive to like make something for themselves, right? They were comfortable in the position they're in. They had their girlfriends. We had our girlfriends. We're just having fun, whatever.
Yeah.
But as soon as like I said, right? As soon as I surrounded myself with people who are hungry for more and want something, I suddenly became one of them too. And it just proves that you got to choose your circle wisely, right? And make sure you're in an environment where, I like to see it, you're not the best one in the room. I never want to be the best one in the room. Because if you are, then there's a problem.
There's a problem.
There's a problem if you're the
Gotta
best
get
one
out of that room.
Exactly. Where's the growth?
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, bro. My mom was right the whole time.
Moms are usually right about everything, you know. Don't hang out with that person. That girl's gonna break your heart. These people are not good for you. Get your ass up. They always end up being right. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Especially about the girls part, bro.
Tell me about it. Anyways, I mean, yeah, it's really refreshing for me to see people our age or a little bit younger, a little bit older, doing something other than what the regular norm is. Like, for example, for me, like, I had the option, not really had the option, but my parents wanted to force me into college, right? They wanted to make sure that I had a secure future, that I had the career, the degree, and like whatever. And then eventually, you know, get married, have kids, and then I guess work until I die.
Exactly.
Right. And everyone around me, like you said, had the same idea. And for a very long time, I accepted that until I didn't. And when I didn't, that's when the whole switching friends group happened. That's when the whole self-development, trying to get into the business world started to happen. And it's just a complete mind shift, a complete, again, change in your life, right? You're lucky because you had like the people in your corner that were pushing you to do it. In my case, I wasn't as fortunate. It was mostly just myself. My friends were just doing their thing, going to parties, drinking, smoking, chasing girls. And for a very long time, like I said, is very lonely. It gets very lonely until you graduate from this whole like lonely chapter thing. And then you evolve into the new set of friends. Like you finally find people that are, you know, like-minded. And then when you find those people, just don't let them go. You stay in that room for as long as you can. As long as you can, you suck up that growth, and then you become a newer, better version of yourself, which in the end, that is the whole point of it. In the next, I don't say 3 to 5 years, where do you see yourself, not necessarily business-wise, but as a person? Who is it that you want to become?
Who I want to become 5 years from now?
Yeah, not necessarily like, you know, we want to make $1 million. Great.
Yeah,
but like
multimillionaire by there, man.
Yeah, of course. But like, who is that person? What is that person to you?
I think, I guess in a deeper sense, just want to like actually be as corny as it sounds, like happy with myself, bro. Right? Yeah, I think as an entrepreneur, as someone who's running a business, every single day I doubt myself, right?
Yeah.
Not just, I guess, the business wise too, but like more so like the gym and everything, all that stuff, how I look, how I feel, all that stuff. Hopefully by then, like I'm just like understand that like everything happens for a reason. Okay. Like, I feel confident with who I am, what I'm doing. And I guess one thing I've been trying to work on a lot is my relationship with God, right? With the Lord Himself. Hopefully by then it's a lot stronger than what it is now. Because I grew up Catholic,
Yeah.
but I didn't grow up like, I'll be honest, we didn't go to church every single Sunday. We didn't do none of that stuff, right? Maybe I'll go to church like twice a year.
Yeah.
Twice, 3 times a year, right? Now I go every single Sunday, right? I like to go. It just brings this fulfillment
Yeah.
to me. So hopefully by then I'm just overall like a better person, a better guy. Because don't get me wrong, I've had my past. I know I've been disrespectful to, I guess my past partners, right? Like I said stuff. I'm very immature. Like I don't think I'm mature enough yet to where I want to be. So by then I definitely want to be mature and just be a better person, be a better man, be a better, a role model, right? Be like, okay, like I'm not this douchebag that I was when I was 19, 18, saying these stupid stuff or just doing these meaningless like things in life, right? Hopefully by then I have a good sense of direction of what I'm doing, what I want to be, and just have that life where like that I've always dreamed of having, right? Like that being that, I don't know, that man, the best version of myself. But yeah, but definitely just not be this douchebag that I've always been known to be, bro.
Yeah, kind of like it's weird because kind of in the same way throughout high school, it was a rough time for everybody that was involved with me romantically, you know, douchebag,
Exactly.
not really caring. It was tough. And definitely entrepreneurship takes you, it's almost like a whole like self-reflection, slap in the face. Like you really do need to change your ways in order to succeed.
Yeah.
And in, like you said, in that sense, it makes you a better person. So when it comes to being happy, I think that, I feel the same way. You know, I eventually want to be happy, but I don't think, I talked to this guy yesterday. His name is Caleb. I'm pretty sure by the time this goes out, his interview will be out. He manages his dad's business, and then he started his own, like this year. You know, he's closing this year off like at 100K or something like that.
Okay, fine.
But I've never in my life seen a man as happy as this man.
Really?
Yeah, he's 26 years old. He's been managing his dad's business for like maybe like 3 or 4 years. Started his this year. And this man is content. He's absolutely thrilled. He's not rushing anything. He's taking his time. He has a beautiful relationship with his girl. And he was telling us about that. And like I tell you, I was ready to go into the interview talking about business and whatever numbers and metrics and systems. We ended up talking about emotions. We ended up talking about relationships. We ended up about talking like how to love yourself and accept yourself. And so like the fact that you tell me like, I just want to be happy. I want to be a better version of myself. I don't think necessarily you have to go through all the pain of entrepreneurship and starting something new in order to make that happen.
Okay, I can see that for sure, yeah.
Because, I mean, again, there's this man that just started it. And he's doing 100K, which is like the easiest thing to do in the world, at least when you get to that point. And like, I again, you know, Caleb, I know you're watching this. So like, shouts out to you, but it's insane. You don't need to like psychologically mess yourself up in a business in order to be happy. Yeah. Sometimes you can find it in any other way. So I think that you might be closer to your goal than you think. Maybe you just need to take a few steps back, look up, and not only just maybe be grateful, but take it all in. You know, you have the ability and the freedom to do what it is that you want whenever you want. That in itself is a blessing, but you're also surrounded by people that not only respect you, but love you and want the best for you. So maybe that is enough. Yeah, it's just something to think about.
Yeah, bro. Never really thought about it that way. I think I always grew up insecure, bro. I'll be honest, right?
Yeah.
I was always a fat kid. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the reason why I love the gym so much, because I get to better myself and chase that goal I had since I was a kid. So I mean, I'll be honest, I always struggled with accepting who I am, myself.
Yeah,
accepting myself, right? Especially short guy right here, right?
Hey, short kings.
And so that also like played a role, right? Like, oh, I'm short, I'm fat, like, oh, whatever. But I mean, you can't control everything in life. Mm-hmm. And everything's meant to happen for a reason. The way I am for a reason, right? And I have these goals for a reason. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going day by day, you know, with this mindset that I'll make it happen. And one day I'll have it, you know,
Yeah.
I'll reach that end goal, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'll do it because I mean, it's what I'm destined for. That's like how it's like to see
Yeah.
it, what I'm called for. Right. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a little closer than you think.
Yeah.
But that's great, dude. I think we're going to wrap it up so we can get Joaquin in here.
I believe in premium, guys.
Believe in premium.
Believe in premium.
Before we wrap up, two things.
Go ahead.
One, you have any questions for me? Anything you want to know? Any questions, advice you want?
Yeah, I guess, bro, like, let me ask you, like, what made you, because you mentioned the whole college, or like your parents, me too, right? My parents, college, even still now, right? They're like, college. Now I don't care. Okay, sure, you made 100K, whatever, but.
To this day, my mother's still like, when are you going to go to college? When are you going to get a degree? When are you going to get a degree? I'm just like, at this point, I'm just like, Mom, someday.
Yeah, you just gotta be like, yeah, Mom, I'm enrolled. Like, am I right now? Oh my God.
We'll do it.
I'll like, put this out to the world. Like, I failed all my classes this semester except for one class, and my mom thinks I passed all of them. And now she's been asking me for the past week, hey, I think Nova's like classes ended already. Like, where are your grades? Like, let me see your grades. I keep putting it off.
Yeah.
But truth, I mean, it's meant to happen. We'll see. But I guess my question is, since, you know, your parents were pushing you for like college, like what actually made you start that business? Like, why?
Okay, so let me take you through what I thought and what I did in that moment. So from the beginning, I knew that I wanted a lot of money.
Okay.
And I wanted it. And then I wanted a lot of money, first of all, because I grew up, you know, again, like first generation American. My parents, when they came, we didn't have a lot. We didn't grow up on a lot. There's a lot of things that I wanted, but, you know, we couldn't get and stuff. And started working very early on. I started working at 14, trying to make my own money, buy my own things, buy my own shoes, my own everything. And so I was like, I don't want this for my kids ever. I don't want anybody to go through this under my care, right? So I was like, okay, I gotta make a shit ton of money. So I would literally sit there and I would be like, top paying jobs, like what is it, like 2018 or something like that. Whenever I looked at it, and I was okay. We have like surgeon, like some kind of doctor, lawyer, this and this. I was like, okay, you know, maybe I want to be a doctor. So then I would be like, okay, what do I have to do to be a doctor? And then it's like fucking doctor school for 12 years after college and after high school. I'm just like, dude, I'm going to spend the next, 26 years of my life, not even 26, like probably 15 years of my life doing college and doctor school and all that shit, just to make like $300,000 or something a year.
There's some out there just makes that like that.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, there has to be an easier way because there's people making gajillions of dollars. What am I doing wrong? So then I would look at, you know, entrepreneurs, people that started companies, CEOs, and be like, okay, do they have a college degree? What is it? Why are they so special? And then you go down this like whole rabbit hole of things. And then I was like, okay, maybe I just need to start something. And then that's when you go into the, okay, what am I going to end up doing? You get into like the whole hamster wheel of entrepreneurship and doing this and doing that, different business models. And throughout the whole thing, I constantly had my parents in the back of my head, like college. And at some point I was just like, bro, like I'm tired of this. Like, no, I don't want to do this. You know, I don't
like
want to. I would tell, bro, we would get into arguments. And like, Mom, I don't want to do this. Like, just let me figure this out on my own. And she's like, no, I'm doing this for your own good. Like you need to do better than us, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you have a point. I get it. You know, you're doing this out of love.
Yeah.
You know, no one, not doing it out of, just because, doing it out of love. But it's like, you have to have that self-belief, that like undeniably almost insane self-belief that somehow you're going to make it work in order to happen. And sometimes you just need to not say anything, shut up and just do it.
Exactly.
Just do the thing.
Actions. I learned that, bro. I learned that.
Yeah, because you can argue and you can argue as much as you want. Like they're adults. The thing about adults is that nothing gets to their head, right? They've lived 30, 40 plus years with the idea of how life is through their heads. They're not going to change their habits. It's fine. They're already built like that. So the only thing you can really do is prove them wrong.
Exactly.
Right. And so I was like, okay, Mom, listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I'll go to college, but I'm also gonna do this on the side, and then we'll see what pops out first. And then, I mean, I dropped out of college without her knowing.
How long you been dropped out for?
Oh, I've been dropped out for like years. I think I only did it like maybe half a semester, maybe like a month tops. And I was like, this is not for me, bro.
Yeah.
Because I went in for business administration.
That's what I'm in.
And I'm just like, this shit,
Dude.
I'm just like, this is so dumb. Oh my gosh, this is so boring. I could not do it. And so I was like, okay. Well, then I started the thing, and then I have learned more in the past 3 years that I have in like my 18-year or like 12-year long public education. So
Yeah.
and I've also made more money than like the fucking 6 years that I've been working at all. So it's definitely something to think about. But it's still to this day, like, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? When are you going to get your degree, go to school, do something safe?
You think it'll ever go away?
It'll go away maybe when I tell her, Mom, you don't have to work again.
Yeah.
Or maybe,
Right?
hey,
Yeah.
Mom, I bought you this, go over there. Or
My
like,
mom tells me, I don't care how much money you're gonna make. You can make 100, 300, 400 K a year. You still gotta get a degree. Like, it's
yeah,
just
she
the
tells
way
me
they're
that.
wired. The way they're wired.
She tells me that. I'm just like, okay, Mom, listen, maybe someday when I have a shit ton of money and I have like a bunch of time, maybe I'll go in and I'll do it just for you. But until then, no.
Yeah.
I mean, she at this point, I mean, she's calmed down, definitely. She's kind of accepted the fact that I'm doing this for a living.
Okay.
So it just takes time. And sometimes, you know, moving away, living by yourself kind of helps out that relationship as well. So
You live alone?
I do.
Was the guy who made you move out.
Yeah,
live alone?
I'm the one that kind of encouraged Bristol to move out.
No
yeah.
way, bro.
Yeah, I moved out at 18.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. It has its perks and it has its downfalls.
I
but-
bet.
But
Like,
I mean, I had to do it. I cannot stay
Yeah,
there
bro.
for my own sanity and for my parents' sanity. I
know
just had
that.
to go. So
I want to move out, dude. I want to move out
you should.
next year. Should I?
Yeah.
I want to.
This is the
Like, I literally-
copy and paste conversation.
Moving out?
Copy and paste. I'll tell you this.
Tell me why I should move out. Like, sell me on why.
I'll tell you why you shouldn't.
Why I shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't need to sell you on why you should, because everybody knows
yeah,
you
we know,
should.
yeah, okay.
I'll tell you why you shouldn't move out.
Tell me.
Don't move out if you don't believe in yourself. Right? Don't move out if you don't think you have the responsibility, or if you don't think that you can take on the responsibility of taking care of yourself. Don't move out. If you don't think you can make the money in time, don't move out. If you're gonna go into debt, don't move out. If you're moving out for the wrong reasons, as in like to have more freedom, to do whatever you want, to go out whenever you want, don't move out. If you're gonna move out just to bring girls in, don't move out. You know? They're all pointing at you. I don't know anything. I'm
These
just saying.
guys back here.
I'm just saying.
I'm looking at my
But-
business partner right now. This guy.
Dang, this time in the back is crazy. But yeah, I mean, like, it's great and all, but it definitely takes a level of responsibility and self accountability, because there's no one stopping you. There's no one looking over your shoulder. There's no one
Exactly.
cooking meals for you. There's no one telling you to make your bed, to pick up your clothes. There's no one cleaning the bathroom for you. There's no one that's gonna be like, open the door for me. Like, you have to have your own key, you know, in a way. So it's like, it's a lot more than goes with than just paying rent. So it's also like you literally going out into the world by yourself. So it's a lot to think about. But again, the upsides are infinite.
I guess growth. There's probably so much growth that comes from
There a lot of, not even just business growth, just like overall personal growth.
Personal
like
growth, yeah.
you really figure yourself out when you're by yourself.
This doesn't get lonely. Like when you're
It
actually.
gets very lonely. It gets very lonely. I mean, there's a period of time, it's like, I don't know, 2-3 months that I wouldn't go anywhere. I was really busy. I would just work, come home, work more, get up, like go to sleep, get up, do the same thing over and over again. And it gets lonely. And sometimes when you're in the thick of it and you're like doing this over and over again, 16-hour days, whatever, you don't realize anything. You don't realize how you're feeling because you're too busy doing it. But then when you have that final rest and you're settling down and you're like on your couch eating something, you're like, fuck, I'm so lonely. Like, where are my boys? My boys are busy in college, or my boys are busy working, or they're with their girlfriends, or they're doing this, or they're doing that. And I'm just like, it'd be nice to maybe have my mom here or not, you know? I guess
Yeah, 100%.
and then again, that's good and that's bad. And good in the fact that you miss and you value a little bit more. And probably bad in the fact that you just need to, like, it's a phase that you need to grow out of, right? and it's something you need to get through. But it does get lonely, but sometimes lonely is good.
Yeah, I guess you got uncomfortable, right? You're like in a little situation where like, okay, it's me now.
Yeah.
You gotta.
I mean, it's me. I mean, I have a roommate now, so it's all good. But I mean,
Nice.
I don't mind. I don't mind being by myself. At first, it was a big problem with me. I didn't want to be alone. But now it's just like, you learn to accept yourself. You learn to be happy with yourself. You learn to love yourself. And once you do that, there's really nothing that can stop you. So,
Thanks, bro.
yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. All right. Well, before we wrap up, one question. We have a mic. We have cameras. We have social media. We have the possibility of reaching a bunch of people. If you had one message to tell our generation, the generations to come, to either uplift them or get them to do the thing that they've been putting off forever, what would that be? What would that message be?
Yeah, I mean, you're young, right? Like I said earlier, there's whatever that is, whatever that business model is you want to do, whatever that dream or goal you have, just do it. Because at the end of the day, you have one life. So you don't want to live a life full of regret of, I wish I did it, or I should have done it. But more so, try everything there is, right? Experiment, go in, bet on yourself. Take that risk. Because who knows, right? Maybe it'll all work out. And if it doesn't, you tried, bro. You tried. But if you're young, just take that risk, go in and make it happen. Make it happen.
Make it happen,
Make it
Mark.
happen. That's what
Thank
it
you
is.
very much. This was great.
course.
I loved it.
Of course, bro.
Thank you so much for listening and for watching. It really does mean the world to us, and we really appreciate every single one of you who sticks around all the way until the end. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave us a review on the podcast platform. It really does help us grow. And until next time, see you guys.